PG is over, and for that matter even the November INI is over as well, and the results will drop in a day, I think. And so the next phase of this is the counseling. Although the counseling is stuck at a point, the next phase is to choose and decide like what to do with the rank that we have. So at this point there will be three type of students based on the rank that they have. एक तो ये होंगे जिनको जो चाहिए वो मिल रहा होगा, basically they would be getting the seat of or branch of their choice. One at the other far end would be the people who know that they have not they do not have a rank to participate or get a good seat in this counseling, and would have started preparing. And in between would be the mid rankers who will have three choices, whether to compromise with the branch, whether to take a paid seat, or to take a drop. So hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Aman Charaniya, a small town boy chasing the big dreams, and currently I'm doing my residency at AIIMS Delhi in AIIMS Delhi in Department of Medicine. So what makes me eligible to talk on taking a drop? So let's hear my story. So basically when I was in the final year of my MBBS, I failed in the medicine, because of which I got back for 6 months. So basically I was lagging behind 6 months compared to my batch. So the first thing that I got, so you just think about that, I have been into so many of phases that are similar to taking a drop. So failing in the final year is even worse than taking a drop. So the first thing that I got was the UPSC CMS 2024, and the second exam I gave was in November INI 2024. I was not eligible for NEET 24, basically NEET PG 24. So I got Air 91 with CMS and 422 rank with the November INI 2024. So at the rank of 422, I put all the choices of medicine starting from the AIIMS New Delhi to till the AIIMS Guwahati, but I did not get anything even in the first round, second round, or for that matter the open round. Okay. So that is the first thing. If you are getting the branch at any point, in any institute, it's fine to take a branch and then move on with life, but I didn't get anything. So now I was getting branches like Pedia, Derma at few of the peripheral AIIMS and the new AIIMS. But I had two options, whether to take a branch from take a seat from CMS, or take a drop. So there was three options. So the one thing in my case was I didn't give any of the NEET PG. Okay? So what I thought was, at least I deserve a single chance to give a NEET PG before I decide anything and move on with my life. So I thought of taking a drop for 6 more months and give it one more try, because I will get 2 more attempts, that is one with the INI and one with the NEET PG. So that the main focus was, even if I don't get good rank in INI, because INI is too competitive, I will get something through NEET PG. So the decision that I took was a rational decision, and it was not like nahi main ye kar lunga to ye ho jayega. So there was so much of basic understanding behind why I took drop for 6 months. Okay? And I was very at a close rank, even though rank piche bhi hota, I would have to take drop, but I was very close, and it was very easy for me to decide that I can take drop. Now how to decide? So as I said, the first thing is the number of the attempt. Agar aapka first attempt that is just out of internship, you can definitely go for a drop for the branch that you have always wanted. And now if you had given one attempt after internship and this was like your second attempt, you still can think of third attempt if something went wrong during the preparation phase. But I think if you've already given 3 attempts, it's your time to move on with the life and choose something and move ahead with whatever you are getting with thoda sa upar niche karke, because you cannot go on attempting this thing again and again and again. Okay? Now what went wrong? Although see, this is a general rule that I'm talking about. Now there are people who will have taken 5-6 jobs, but what I'm talking here is taken a drop for perfectly and just have sat at home and studied. Now if you start doing some job along with this and then you give this attempt, then it's similar to internship attempt only, because you have not given your 100%. Second thing is, you need to know what went wrong, whether you didn't have enough time because of the job or the internship that you are doing, you didn't have the proper direction, like what to study and from where to study. Third thing was the exam day पे आपका कुछ गलती हो गया, या could not handle the pressure on that day, उसकी वजह से आपका ये खराब हो गया, but बाकी के टाइम पे आपका मतलब जीतीज और इसमें सब ठीक चल रहा था. So there can be 3-4 main reasons that ब्रॉड रीजन जिसकी वजह से आपका अटेम्प्ट जो था वो इतना आउटपुट बेस्ट नहीं दे पाया. ठीक है? सो दिस यू नीड टू थिंक कि क्या प्रॉब्लम था, एंड इफ कैन दिस बी सॉर्टेड विथ वन ड्रॉप. सो दैट ऑल्सो यू नीड टू क्वेश्चन योर सेल्फ. थर्ड थिंग इज, यू शुड नो वाई आर यू टेकिंग अ ड्रॉप. सो इट्स ऑलवेज फॉर अ ब्रांच एंड नॉट फॉर अ गुड रैंक. ठीक है? सो इफ you should know, like when I took drop, I know I was taking it because I want to do medicine. ठीक है? So if you have that manifestation, if you know that why I am doing this, because you will have to work as well after you take a drop. It's not just like आप घर पे बैठ गए और sort हो गया. Fourth thing is how far you are from your dream branch. मतलब see, this is तो थोड़ा सा variable. Even people from 90K will jump into 1K. It's not like it's not doable, but in general, if you are at 40-50,000, it's easier to jump into 5k from rather than 100k. Obviously it happens, but the number of time it happens, which will be obviously less compared to what someone can jump from 30,000 to 5,000. Fifth thing is you need to take into accountability the financial and the emotional support that you will require when you are planning to take a drop. Now, when you are planning to take a drop, you cannot think कि चलो 2 महीना काम करते हैं, then 3 महीना पढ़ाई करके and then we will crack it. See, it's better to give 6 months, just sit for 6 months, give your best attempt, and then to take the whatever you are getting after giving that 6 months totally to your prep phase. Because if you are also working, then at the end of 6 months when you give it again, you will be at the same junction thinking कि अभी क्या करना है, वापस एग्जाम देना है, ज्वाइन कर लेना है कुछ तो, या फिर ड्रॉप लेना है. So it's better that you sit for 6 months. I know it's hard, and even my financial conditions were very tough when I took a drop, and I had even loan to pay. But it's the decision that if you give 6 months properly, then you would have that answer that I have given the best that I could have given, and now I can move on with whatever I am getting. And the emotional support is the family support that you will require, because this phase becomes lonelier, as you know, because your friends will start joining some of the residencies. They will be moving on with their career. They will be in through and you will be isolated mostly at home or in some library studying whole day, almost 8 to 10 hours a day, or at least 8 hours pakad lo minimum. So you will be studying for 8 hours a day. Constantly throughout the next 6 months. So you should be ready for all this thing if you are planning to take a drop, not just कि हाँ चलो बैठ सकते तो बैठ जाते. Sixth phase is the phase of the uncertainty, because obviously NEET PG or in general any competitive exam has a lot of uncertainty, because a few questions can really change the dynamics and the ranks that you are going to get. So you should know that this is what I'm going into. So this few things that you should figure out before you take a drop. Now, should you take a seat? So in general, this is my view. See, this can be very different and this can differ from people to people, but keeping in view the general audience and general people, I would say even if you're not getting MD and you're getting DNB, especially for the branches like medicine, dermat, psychiatry, it's very fine. Even people at a rank of around 2000 has taken DNB radio of my batch in 2018. So it's fine that if you don't get MD radio, you can take DNB radio. It does not mean that you need to go and take a drop for that seat. Okay? So, but if you are planning to take surgery, do visit that college before you join this, because for surgical branches, exposure and hands-on does matters a lot. So you have to think about this, whether to take a paid seat or not. This is very personal decision. Like if you have enough money and if your parents can finance your education, why not? Because parents do work hard for you only. So that's not a wrong thing to do, but you should definitely think of that 6 months of drop if 6 months can save your 50 lakh or 1 crore rupees, then why not? Because that 6 months can really change a lot of things, as you can see from my own result. If you are especially first generation doctor and if you're planning to take a loan, just do visit few of the doctors in your surrounding and talk with them, like how the medical field is changing. And it's not like after getting a degree from like any MD institute, after paying, you are going to get a UPSC का seat. तो है नहीं कि एक बार seat ले लिया pay करके then you will be just settled. So there's a lot of struggle even after doing MD, and even for that matter even after doing DM. So it's a long journey. It's not like यहाँ पे एक बार ले लिया तो it's like over. You have to struggle a lot even after that. So keep that thing in mind. But as I said, if your parents can finance your education, that's not an issue, because that's a personal thing. And this may be like there is MQ seat, government quota seat and DIM seat. MQ seats are somewhere between you pay 10 lakh a year, so itna to stipend bhi hota hai. So it's like you are not getting anything in a stipend and you are not paying anything. It will be like null at the end of the 3 years, so that's fine in GQ. Whereas in MQ you might have to pay few lakhs beyond your stipend. So that I think still depends on how that can be. That's your call. And in deemed, obviously you would be paying 1 crore plus fees. So that depends upon like how much are you willing to pay for a branch, and whether that branch has that much of value once you are out of it. Third thing is compromise of a branch. If you already given 3 attempts and if you are given the best thing that you could have given from your end, I think it's time for you to take a seat that whatever is getting, and then figure out something from that. For example, if you take anesthesia, then there's options for critical care medicine when you do DM. So these are options that are available as you move ahead. So rather than just sitting for 1 more year, you can just go and take a branch. If you already given 3 attempts, I feel then it's your time to move on. But at the same time, there will be regret of leaving the branch. So if you were just given the first attempt and you have time because you are still young, then you can think of I need to give 1 more attempt, or I don't want to spend so much of money. I can give 1 more attempt and I can improve my marks and I can get a better seat. Then you can definitely. So the number of attempt is the one thing, and second is how much supportive your family is financially and emotionally is. So basically at the end of the day, taking a drop is like taking a risk, that how much risk that you are planning to take, and because abhi bhi kuch mil raha hoga, and then you will be leaving the seat. As I said, I left derma and peds during November INI, but I got medicine at Delhi. So it's about taking a risk and living off what you are getting, and having a kind of belief, and then working on to that belief and the plan that you have taken for the next 6 months, and doing better than what you did in this attempt, then it might be successful. But at the same time, it's not necessary that everyone will improve with the rank, because I also know the example in which people might have at the same rank at the end of the 1 year. So that also might happen. So you should not regret कि यार मैंने क्यों drop ले लिया. If you are taking a drop, go all in, give your best. And I will also be making one more video about if you are planning to take a drop, then what all should you do while you are in your drop attempt, and how to utilize those next 6 months. So please like the video, share this video with your friends who are planning to take a drop or thinking on these lines, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such videos. See you in the next one.